So yeah, obviously you missed a lot of time the end of last year. So what was that recovery process like for you, and how did it feel to be back on the field this spring and working full out?
I mean, the recovery process was great. I was just every day working, taking it day by day. I didn't really look to like a time stamp on it with the 6 months, this and this and that. I was just working day by day, working with the trainers who have been great to me.
What was the injury specifically?
MCL.
MCL, gotcha. Sprain, torn?
It was torn.
Torn, gotcha.
So how's it for you now? Obviously you're healthy, you're practicing, you're contending for a starting job. How's spring practice going for you?
Spring practice has been great. Getting back in the flow. I love the game of football, and just playing it just makes me happy.
And how are you progressing from a technique, skill standpoint?
I'm progressing very well. Just sitting down for a year, doing a bunch of rehab has been great to me. Just sitting with a bunch of people like J-Lo, Matt Lee, Jalen, a bunch of people in the 5-0 line from last year, even this year. Just learning from them, taking every game into the piece and adding it to my game has been great for improvement.
How different does this whole line feel? Mario just talks about the size. Like you look at it now, you see dudes. How different is this offensive line?
I mean, what do you mean by different? Different from what makes us?
From when he got here.
I mean, I don't really know how it was when we got here, but I know how it is now. Now it's just like, or at least how it is since I got here. We're bonded, we're tight, we're disciplined. Especially having a coach like we have, he gonna grind it into us, be disciplined, be tight, run to the ball, move fast, be technical.
I know this time last year, one of the points of emphasis for you was getting stronger and building up your body. So how's that process gone for you? Have you gained weight over the last year? Have you gotten stronger in any area particularly?
I mean, I feel like I've folded out a little bit more, toned up, being injured, benching a whole lot when I couldn't walk has been great to me. I feel like my improvement really just keeping low on my body fat down and just getting more toned and getting more athletic.
What are you weighing now?
What I'm weighing right now, I weighed in today around 327.
Okay. And what did your bench press go up while you were in?
I haven't really maxed too much, but I definitely feel like on the field, I'm faster, I'm quicker, my knees feel good, my hands feel stronger.
And we've seen you working a lot at guard this spring. I know you played mostly tackle in high school, so just moving to that position, how's that been going for you?
Playing guard it was a transition. It was a transition I love to learn, because playing right next to someone, you want to know how they kind of figured it out. So I kind of knew before, but I had to really dial into it, and it was great to just learn the process of being a guard, learning how different the run game is at tackle from guard. So.
And you mentioned a minute ago, like learning from the older guys like Matt, J-Mo, Jalen Rivers, I'm sure too. Like, what are some of the things that you've learned from them?
Things I learned from it, just like in the passing game, be more patient. Shoot your hands, play half a man. In the run game, stay low, get your hips in it, hands tight. Kind of seeing how they handle certain blocks, and also IQ as well. Knowing when like the safety's coming, knowing when like DN might go in because the safety's coming. It's been great.
Samson, for you, got some playing time earlier in the year last year. How important was that for you to kind of get your feet wet and heading into this year? How big was that?
I mean, it was cool. Just playing a little bit at the end of the game. I mean, it was definitely just a great thing to do.
How much do you credit Alex Mirabal for kind of your development in this past year?
Oh, I credit him a lot. He's a great coach. He's going to always just try to instill you, like, you need to learn the game. You need to learn how everything works on the field to really be great. And that's what I love from a coach. Just like not just doing your job, learning the whole 5 job plus the QB's job. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start understanding the bigger picture, you can move well a lot quicker, and that's how I've been moving a lot quicker.
And then Mario Cristobal as well. Like, how much is he involved in your development, and how much have you learned from him?
Oh, a bunch. Sometimes after a couple reps, he might talk to me, say like a little bit like that. I like what you did there, and I like you could have did this a little bit that way. You know what I'm saying? And that's very great to hear from a coach. Just kind of coach you like within like the same time coaching. You feel what I'm saying? It's always great.
And then we're going to talk to Markel Bell. He's a big guy. What's he like on the field? What's he like off the field?
He's a dog on the field the same way off the field. He's a dog. You know what I'm saying? He's a great person, great teammate to have on the team. You know what I'm saying? Being 6'7", being long, he has great advantages on the field.
You and Francis, I know this time last year, you guys were talking about how you feed off each other. I know that Francis is kind of sidelined right now, but is that dynamic still there for you?
Almost definitely. I mean, I'm talking to him like how we do this, how you do that, how would you do this, you know what I'm saying? Even though he might be like injured and anything like that, he's still actively like getting better, you know, within mentally, you know, so I'm talking to him, how would you handle this? I might show him this rep, you know what I'm saying, how would you handle that? And we're kind of batting off each other, just talking, you know, playing it mentally in our head.
What impressed you most about what he did last year?
I mean, just how instinctual he was and how just he picked up the game so fast.
So Markel, you now have had about a month of practice. How's everything coming along for you?
It's been going good. I've been taking a lot of teaching from Coach Mirabal, Coach Cristobal, even Jalen Rivers on my team, and they're doing a good job trying to help.
Markel, why UM? Why'd you pick UM?
Coming out of JUCO, we had a plan for me, like for development wise, and come from Mississippi, like it's a whole scenery change. So yeah, it was something new, something different, stepping out my comfort zone.
How's it a lot different here than where you were before? How is this place a lot different?
It's just a vibe. Like you see it all the time. Florida kids, they're different. So yeah, and I like different. So
in what ways?
It's a very family vibe. I feel real at home when I came on a visit, and now being a part of the team, they're like my brother. So
how are they making you a better player?
Well, technique wise, I get coached up every day, even from my teammates and everything. I'm just a sponge. I'm taking everything in and taking it day by day.
You are 6'8" or 6'9". What were you the last time you got measured?
6'8" and 3/4. You can say 6'9".
And how much you weigh when you last time you weighed?
Last time I weighed, I was 340. 340 pounds.
Markel, we're going to need a bigger banner.
You played basketball in...
I played when I was younger. I played in 9th and 10th grade I played a little JV basketball, but yeah.
Oh, 9th and 10th, okay,
yeah.
That's it.
Do you know what your wingspan is?
I don't.
For you, Markel, on the field, kind of what's been the biggest transition going from JUCO to now the Power 5 level, kind of the learning curve?
I'll say it's a different speed, different pace, and just adjusting to it. I've been taking that by day, just adjusting to it. But like I said, my teammates and coaches that taking it, I mean, they help me out real good.
Like having a head coach that's offensive line to be, how important is that for you? What are some things you learn from Cristobal?
Yeah, I'm just taking everything I can from Coach Cristobal, and just from his experience being a left tackle here in Miami, and just doing everything I can to help the team.
Are you moving around at different positions also, or just?
Yes. I've been at left tackle, right tackle. I'm just doing what's best for the team.
With your size, obviously advantage, you have a great reach, but maybe some of the disadvantage of people like, you think you should be able to do this, that. What are some of the things you really have to work on your size?
I say coming at this size, I have to work on I have long arms, but just speeding up my hands and keeping my feet moving and everything. But
how is Coach Mirabal as a coach? What's it like working with him?
He's a little firecracker. He's good though. He knows what he's talking about, and that's what I love.
When you first met him, you're like, this is the offensive line.
Yeah. He came to one of my JUCO games when we played Kahoma, and I didn't even know there was an offensive line coach. I heard many great things about him, but I've never seen him in person. So yeah, that was a fun experience.
What was your reaction when you saw him?
I didn't even know that was my O-line coach. I just didn't know.
Markel, you visited Miami last season for a game. Can you just kind of describe that experience of that visit and what kind of clicked for you that this was the place to be?
Yeah, I came during the Virginia game, and one thing I saw from a fan standpoint, we just being up in the stands, that the O-line works hard and they get coached hard. I saw a lot of good running back play too. I saw good defensive play from pass like Cam Kitchens. Yeah. So.
And now that you're here, during spring practice, how has Miami really kind of, met your expectations?
Yeah, I've been coached hard, been coached to play hard, give good effort, and been taught the right things to get me to the next level.
You guys got the spring game coming up on Saturday. Just how excited are you for that?
I'm pumped. I'm pumped to show the fan what we've been working on and get my family down and get my family down from Mississippi and show them a good time.
Markel, when were you always huge when you were younger, or did you have a growth spurt, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, I had a growth spurt my 9th grade year, the summer of 9th grade year. When I was in 8th grade, I was about 5'10", then I shot up to like 6'3", 6'4", and then my body like really didn't catch up until now. Like I just kept on growing.
So 5'10" in 8th grade, and then how long did it take to get to 6'3", 6'4"?
I just kept growing throughout my whole high school days. So by the time I was a senior in high school, I was about 6'8". I'm about 6'8", about 370.
Did they know you were going to be this tall? You know how doctors sometimes feel.
No, nobody. It was definitely a shock. Well, I have tall people in my family, but it was just a shock because I always been like not super tall, but I was tall for my age.
Are your parents super tall?
Not really. I mean, my dad is like 6'3", and my mom is like 5'8". So.
Zaquan, just now you're here, just how does it feel, being able to play for the Miami Hurricanes, and just what are things like so far for you?
I mean, it's definitely a great experience. Being able to come early, get with the guys early, try to establish myself on the team. I can just say it's been a great experience. I mean, these guys have been great. They've been open to me. They've been helping me to playbook, the older guys, and the coaches have been welcoming too. They understand that we still young guys and we still getting to learn it, but they're taking their time with us and they make sure we get it together.
How's it working with Coach Guidry, him being kind of a safety guy and a defensive coordinator?
Oh, it's always fun working with Coach Guidry because he's gonna stay on top of you, make sure you're doing the right thing, but he understands what we do as DBs. He understands what we're reading, and understands some of the things that catch our eyes in the middle of plays, so he understands it. So I guess he gives a better sense of direction.
Was that energy, I know I interviewed you before your time, the energy you've seen like on the videos to now, is that translating? You've seen that same guy?
Yeah, it might be a little bit more now. I've seen it more a lot of effect. Coach Guidry is definitely a guy that's going to bring the juice, but it just shows his dedication.
And just, obviously first semester here, how was learning, kind of just being in college, learning the playbook, kind of managing all that stuff? A lot of guys say time management's the big thing. Just your first semester on campus, what's that been like for you?
I mean, it's definitely going to be challenging at first. You're not used to all the stuff lined up back to back, but you eventually get used to it. I say I got used to it a little bit faster than others probably. And they give us a lot of help here, like academically wise. We got tutors and learning counselors and stuff like that. So we always got help, the help we need and stuff.
And then just what's the competition like in the safety room? Obviously, Cam and James both left after last year, so both spots being open. What's the competition for those spots like?
I mean, there's a lot of competition. We got a couple guys. We got Misha. We got Sabian that came in this year, but we all just working. We all brothers, and we want to see each other get better at the end of the day. I know we all want to be in that one spot, but we know that it's not possible. So we just keep pushing each other to be the best.
Coming in.
I just want to ask you why was you on the
when picking a college, I wanted to go to a place that I felt like I was needed, as well as I had opportunity to play early. And Miami been in my corner since day one. They were one of my first offers. I want to say my third or fourth one, and they've been consistent with it ever since then. So I really felt like this is a place for me.
How are you progressing in terms of knowing what to do when you're on the field, being able to make those split-second judgments?
I mean, it's definitely a lot, especially with the little checks and things like that. But I feel like I'm definitely getting better at it. It's becoming more natural for me. I feel like if you watch when I first got here and from now, you can see that I'm moving a little bit faster when it comes to the plays. But I definitely say it's gotten more natural for me playing.
If there were a game tomorrow, you're ready to go in?
Absolutely.
How much nickel are you playing?
I'm not really playing nickel right now. Right now, I'm more so playing safety, free and boundary. But he wanted me to make sure that I got that first before I move around a lot. But I definitely do see playing nickel in my future.
How much have you learned from just watching Cam Kitchens and even James Williams? So he'll probably translate to a linebacker.
I mean, watching their game, it just shows their versatility. They're two different types of safeties. One's a hitter, one's a ball hawk. It shows you their game, but. Not watching the game. Watching the game is not really what got me. It's speaking to those guys like Cam Cam is a real educator when it comes to the game. You know, these guys that have been around the game for a long time, he dives into the game when it comes to the film room and everything like that. So him giving me his knowledge, passing his knowledge straight down from him is really helpful.
How would you describe your game? You just described their games.
I would like to say I'm a go-getter, see ball, go get ball, but now I want to become more than that. Not just somebody who can make a big hit. I want to be somebody who can control the defense. You know, give that check to the whole defense, control the game.
How's Elijah Lofton doing? I know you've met him before, right?
Yeah. I played him in high school when I was at Sherman versus Bishop Gorman, and he played great then, and he's playing even better now. You gotta give him credit. He's doing things that older guys aren't doing right now, so he's playing good.
Special teams, can you speak about that aspect of your game, the emphasis that you placed on it, but also what have you learned about special teams at this level from these guys?
I'll say that it's more detail oriented up here at this level, but you know, special teams is something that I take pride in. I do see myself playing in all the special teams, and I'm in the rotation right now with all of them right now, so it's going to be, I see myself making plays in touchdown.
For you, Zaquan, you said James Williams was, you know, the reason you play safety. Now you're kind of wearing his number. Kind of, how special is that for you?
I mean, it was good. It was good. The shock, you know. But essentially, I was really supposed to get 0, but then with Nish and everything, I just let him have it because, you know, being his last year. So 20, just falling back to 20, I was like, you know what? It is James, it's my boy. So I was like, why not?
What have you learned from Nish and all the other veteran safeties?
I feel like those guys had gotten the experience to, like, playing at college level, so they just kind of like showed me like how to adjust. Like when I first started, I was nervous. They showed me that I gotta slow the game down. I gotta pay attention. I can't just listen to the whole call. I gotta listen to my part of the call because then I'm gonna be messed up and be worried about too much stuff. They showed me how to break the game down in a sense.
How do you feel about the spring game coming up?
I'm very excited about the spring game. I'm ready to make some plays in the spring game. I just want to see us compete, though. That's what it's mostly about, us competing against each other.
Also, what about like your opening game at Gainesville? What's that going to be like?
Oh, yeah, I feel like that's going to be a great game. It's a lot of energy that's going to come to that game. I feel like they already did a lot of talking. Well, their quarterback did. I heard a couple stuff from him. So I feel like it's going to be a game we're going to go to People Point.
It has to be fun to play, right? To play against the Gators, open season.
He playing against any team from Florida off the rip is a good game.
Who are some of your toughest covers?
Cover? Like, receivers to cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or tight ends.
Tight ends. Okay, I forget his name, but tight end 8. He real good. He real savvy for how big he is. I really go against tight ends for the most part, but Ray does a good job. X does a good job with one-on-ones too. He know how to use his body, come up and out. So, those are a couple guys that I really like. JoJo too. JoJo been doing some crazy stuff lately, so yeah, it's a couple guys.
What's it like going against him in practice?
I mean, I've been going against him since. So I try not to go against him as much because it's like we did this, we've been here, we've done this, and like I've got to cover more tight ends anyways. So that's where I be at. But just seeing what he's doing, seeing him carry it from high school to college is a good seeing. Just like with JJ, seeing him do stuff like he's doing it, what he did in high school, doing it in college, it's a great thing to see.
Bobby, coming from Bama to Miami, just how's the transition been? You know, being an early road.
It's been good. It's been nice down here. It reminds me of my old hotel. I used to stay at New York. My mom from, so it's been nice and cool. Great people, great community, great teachers, great professors. Everybody's great people around here. I enjoy it down here.
So where did the nickname Bobby come from?
My nickname Bobby came from my dead grandpa on my mom's side. So I looked like him when I was younger, so I took his name and carried on with it.
Did you know him when you were growing up?
Not really, but I was like a baby. But since I just took his name, I just do it with honor.
So how do what's your review of how things are going for you? I mean, people saying good stuff about you, making plays out on the field.
My review overall is that we have a good team, and I enjoy the coaching staff and everybody. We got some improvements to do, which is for everybody, but we have a good team. I'm glad I'm here. I'm excited that I chose it. I'm excited for the season to come around.
Coach Dean, he brings a lot of energy. How's it playing with him, and what are the things you learned from him so far?
What I learned so far, to have energy, to just be yourself and like play, compete like it's your last play. And he taught me a lot, like my reads, my better stands, better fits, everything. Just proved me to be a better player and get to the goals I want to be at.
And and a guy like Cole McConathy, you played against him in high school, now you guys are teammates. What did you see from him then, and what are you seeing from him now?
Cole got a lot bigger and a lot smoother. I could say in high school, he was a dog back in high school. I always play against him. I always see him. I'm an offensive receiver. I always see him on my side, but he's a dog. He improved. He getting better, and I'm really proud of him though, because he been going through it, doing his thing, doing his little stuff, and he improved every day. So I'm really proud of him.
Do you think he was underrated in high school? Because I know his recruiting rankings were super high, but he had insane stats in high school.
Yeah, I think he was underrated for real. I think Cole will be way better, but that put a chip on his shoulder to show it to everybody that he should be a higher rated player, and that's why I respect him so much, and that's my homeboy forever.
Any thoughts on Cam Ward and what you see when he's out there?
That boy good. That boy good. That boy, I can see him have a better, going further. He a good quarterback. He a good leader, and he competitive, real competitive. You don't think a quarterback talk trash to a linebacker or anything. Everybody, and he's just competing, which is fun. I'll talk crap to him though.
So he dishes it out pretty good.
Yeah, he dishes out to everybody. Anybody can get it.
What is your height weight right now?
My height, I am 6'3", 195. I gained a lot of pounds. I came here a little light, but I gained a lot of pounds and I got here. So
your lack of size. What mentality do you have to be successful at 195? As an early enrollee freshman linebacker.
My mentality I have, I just don't care who you are. You still a human. I'm still gonna hit you. You bleed or have bleed, and I'm just really don't care who you are.
Do you know how many pounds you gained?
I gained about I'll say about 20, almost 20.
How you doing it? Just eating a lot, or what's the?
Eating a lot, drinking protein shakes, and doing extra work. So I can't gain weight with just me sitting at home eating food. I gotta go work out and drink some protein shake right after.
So it's not the Cuban food.
Nah, Cuban food would be good though. I give it that. It'd be good. It'd be real good.
You guys got the spring game coming up on Saturday. Just how excited are you for that?
I'm real excited. I'm real excited to be out there with the team. Actually, see how the vibe and the feel is to be on the football field with the full team, the full unit. So I'm really excited for that, and see how us react to adversity when we play against each other, how we move around, and how we bounce around in the field.
How much is Coach D. Nick really kind of moving you around at linebacker, and how much are you in on special teams as well?
He moved me around from Will to Sam, basically the same position, but outside linebacker, but one do more stuff than the other. But it's it's nice, and special teams, I get a lot of special team reps too. I'm on the majority of all of them that I've been repping in. But yeah, it's been nice. I love special teams. Special teams is my bread and butter. That's what I be known for. And yeah, really cool.
Guys like Kiko and Wesley in that linebacker room, what can you learn from them? What are some advice they've given you?
Kiko is a really smart man. I give him that. Kiko knows the difference from back, forward, left, right, up, down, underneath, everything. So you have any question, he's gonna tell you. And Wesley is a great leader. He lead by example. He might not talk as much, but when he do talk, that's what he meant. He stand on that. Gotta do this. He talks to me though. But they some great leaders. Wesley real smart too. Kiko is smart. Smart.
Coaches have been saying that you're really smart as well. So how much work are you putting into the film room?
So I'm a football head while I watch a film. I don't watch nothing but football film. I watch film on the daily. Cause I'm trying. My goal, my personal goal is to get on the field, play with my brothers. I don't like sitting out and watching something that I know I can do. So my goal was to play with my brothers and put extra work in, extra film time with my brothers, because I got to play with them, bond chemistry, and really that's it.
So yeah, first semester on campus, just what's it been like? What's been the toughest adjustment?
Definitely been a culture shock for sure, coming from Mobile, Alabama, down to Miami, Florida. So it's been different, but in a good way.
So you've made an impression. People have been talking about you all spring, just with your motor, and with the skills that you're already bringing to the field. Talk a little bit about, what that's been like and how you feel you're doing.
Yeah, I'd have to give that credit to the coaches I had growing up, my dad, obviously helping me from just at a young age playing the same position. My coach Brian Turner and a guy named Wallace Gilberry all pouring into me. I had a bunch of good people in my corner.
You played against Bobby Pruitt in high school. We just talked to him. Just what were your impressions of him back then, and kind of just seeing him now as well?
Oh, great player. Just very physical. Just that whole area that we play ball in. I mean, every week is like, you don't know if you're going to win or lose. There's no real gimmick game. So very good, very physical.
And you missed the beginning of spring with an injury, right?
Yeah, I had pulled my hamstring, strain on my hamstring. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so just like, had to wait for that to heal and everything.
Yeah, for sure. Missed
Gotcha.
the first week.
And then spring game coming up on Saturday. Just how excited are you for that?
Oh, very excited. My family would be down, and really looking forward to that.
Learning under Coach Jason Taylor, Coach Joe, just how's that been? What is some knowledge you've learned from them so far?
Just trying to take in everything that they say to me, because those are two really great players, not to mention one being a Hall of Famer. And really just in the meetings trying to take in everything that he has to say.
And then some of the players like Ruben Bang, EA,
for sure.
Mexico, what do you learn from those guys?
All those guys have been very accommodating to me, taking me under their wing. Mesidor, Bang, EA, I mean, all of them just been very accommodating and helping me anytime I got a question or want to stay after watch film. They're always there.
And I mean, you put up like some ridiculous numbers in high school. Just what did you do in high school that made you so successful and lent well to your game?
That'd be like I said earlier, with the people in my corner. I mean, none of that was done alone by me only. I'd have to say just keeping God first and having great people in my corner and having a great family that supported me.
Well, how long did it take you to get over? This is Jason Taylor coaching you.
Man, just like the first phone call was pretty crazy, because just I wanted to ask him some questions. Like, I send him clips of guys I'm going against, but he's human, and he's just as much a Hall of Fame football coach, in my opinion, as he was a player. I mean, by far one of the best coaches I've ever had.
He's passionate about it.
For sure.
He didn't need to do it.
No, not at all. He didn't have to do this.
So what does that tell you about his and how fast did you pick that up?
Yeah, you could tell from, just the first time being on the phone with him, a late night call after I know he's had a long day and I've had a long day, and just him willing to stay on the phone with me. Like the first time I ever talked to him over the phone for over an hour, just talking pass rush and stuff. That meant a lot to me and showed me how much passion he had just for coaching. I mean, he's out there running with us and everything, breaking stuff down to the smallest detail, things not many people would even think about.
And you mentioned kind of like, getting that first phone call from Jason Taylor. What was the recruiting process like with Miami? I know, if I remember right, it kind of picked up kind of quickly and then things kind of moved from there. So what was that like for you?
So I was committed during the season, and just kind of stuff popped in later for me. And my first visit to Miami, I actually had to take off. We played Murphy that game. I had to catch a flight like 5 a.m. after that game. So like late night game, and then at the airport 3-4 o'clock in the morning. But I really enjoyed it because that was the game they played Virginia and went into overtime, and me and Markel Bell were on that visit, and just having Coach Crispall and Coach Maribor both stay after an overtime game recruiting us, that meant a lot to me too.
When you saw Markel Bell, you said, man, these are the guys I have to go against.
For sure.
Did it open your eyes?
Yeah, it really did. Markel's a great dude and great player. So yeah.
What are some of the veterans that you're learning from on the defensive line?
Yeah, obviously Bang, Mesidor, and EA, and really just everybody. Everybody's been welcoming, and transfers like Marley Cook and CJ. Everybody has been very welcoming.
How'd you play in that game after getting to the airport at 3 in the morning and getting 5 o'clock?
So that was like post game. Like I'd already played that game. We were up early that game. I remember being taken out like second quarter, so it wasn't too bad. Not too bad.